You are now listening to MrZBlackneffect.
Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. So we're gonna go a bit old school today. We're not gonna have the background. I needed some space. So we're gonna take this off. Um, so y'all just gonna see this turbo image and hear me speak. We're gonna play a couple of the clips of people talking about the story. I know many of you couldn't get through all of it. Mr. Z's not gonna give y'all a play-by-play. We're gonna talk about the kind of background conversation, and we're gonna lead with some of the clips that Mr. Z was sent. Shout out to you, Saint Cyr. Um, and this and shout out to playing the Larry June, because she was definitely wishing on a star for the white man. And we gonna play. Let's get this out the way. But you couldn't tell her nothing. I get it. Danish white man, 6'3", fairly good looking and fit. Yeah, she going. Most of the women on planet Earth going. He a white man? White? Whitey? I hear you. I hear you, ma'am. We get it. Right? We get it. We know. Huh? Ah. Boy. Rest in peace, David Carroll. That white skin. When he said that white skin covers up a multitude of imperfections. Right? He's 100% right about that one. So let's play a couple of these and we'll speak about it on the other end.
I just finished the Danish deception story, and I feel like just looking through the comments, everybody is like trying to give her lashings, but we need to be giving the lashings to the family members of her and that con artist. For me, when it comes to his family, your son's gambling problem was so bad that a brick came through your house. He went and moved to like China or Japan, one of the things that she said, and he had enemies there. He had people running up on his friends with knives, and you never thought to ask this new woman who's coming into his life, who's about to be his wife, oh, what are the tools you're using at home to make sure that he stays on the straight and narrow? Like, what are you guys doing at home to make sure like his problem is really at bay? You never thought to have that conversation with her, one-on-one. Like, as a mother, never. And then for me, I'm not even trying to come at her family. I know they just seem to be all generous people, but guys, you let my friend, my sisters, whatever's husband or just significant other in general be like, hey, like, I need a quick like 3,000 to get her. I talk way too much shit for that to have like stayed a secret until everything came out. I talk way too much shit for that. The moment he wrote me, I would have had his screenshot and been like question mark to like my other sisters or like another family member or just somebody, enough that it would get back to her and she would just have to be able to blow up on him, because I do not understand how none of that came out until she told them the whole story about her struggles. And the vacations, guys, the vacations, like they were living their best. It's to the point that until she got to like part 20, I was like, okay, maybe this story's not even that bad though. Like, it just seemed like a lot of like, he has an addiction, like he has his ups and downs with like the way that it was going, the way that she was vacationing, but it just really just adds to how much he was really manipulating her, and like she just had no clue how much she was being deceived. But I think that the most heartbreaking part for me, I know like all of us, most of us who like are real lurkers, we already went and searched his name. We already know everything about that man now. But seeing their wedding website, guys, like it said 2026, like they were gonna get married 2026. Everything that she's talking about, it just got finalized on November 4th, 2 weeks ago. Like she's still recovering. Like she is currently in it. At least like with Risa Tisa, like we at least had some time where she was removed from it. This woman is currently going through this. Like that's what gets me the most.
The Danish deception story is bringing up the conversation me and my friends love to have, and it's this idolization and fantasization of white men amongst us black women and people of color. Walk with me now. Over the past few years, I feel like there's been a lot of conversation online about how men from our community don't want us. They date outside of race. They're not prioritizing us. So we go where we feel loved. Totally agree with that. Where we start to get mixed up is this fantasization and obsession with being a black woman with a white man in an interracial couple. There's like swirl content, which I totally disagree with, and things that we just like idolize because of our experiences in the past, right? And I think the issue is when you internalize
it's
those
always
things,
Jermaine's fault.
that's when stuff like this goes awry. And I'm not saying, I mean, a lot of people, when they listen to the story, are like, oh, I'd catch that from a mile away. Like, I'd read the red flags, and a lot of us would, but it's just, I think the message a lot of us should also take from this is, at the end of the day, that was a man. He's just a man.
OMG. I just finished watching The Danish Deception and I have thoughts and notes. First of all, it means a lot that her name is Onyeka, but she's calling herself Onyeka. I'm so sorry. Like, there's no amount of Americanism that's going to make you pronounce your whole name incorrectly. Like, it does tell about who you are. I'm not trying to come down on you, but I am saying it infers about who you are as a babe. Number one. Number two. Girl, I have been in a long distance relationship too. And one thing's for sure, two things for certain. My current husband told me he worked for one of the biggest tech companies in the world. You know? And I saw him go to the office every day. I saw him make, vlogs and all these special edition TV shows for his company, etc. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain, until I got to where he lived and looked at him sign into his portal, put on his headset, and talk his talk, I didn't believe him. So for the fact that you went so far as to believe him, to get married to him and didn't tell your parents, nah. Yeah, your man is a scammer. He's funny style, etc. But you two, you're funny style. I don't care. Girls, peep my tea. My man told me he works for one of the biggest tech companies in the world, one that you guys use every day. I saw him. I would see him walk into work. He would take pictures with his badge, all that. I didn't care. At the time I was working for Google, so I said, listen, if he's lying, if he's, setting up a prop, if he's pushing a scheme set up by Todd, I'm going to take myself and get on out. You believed him on top of nothing. All this, I sent him money to send him money, auntie, kilo day. No. One thing that I always push on my page is there is some personal accountability that you need to have as a woman. When a man tells you, oh, baby, I'm so rich, you can be a housewife, you can be anything, and you see his quality of life increasingly declining, know that what he told you was a lie and he's a liar. So you being grown, paying taxes, writing W-2s. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have that sympathy for you. I don't have that empathy for you. I'm not gonna lie. Because even me, your man and my man did it the exact same time frame. And one thing's for sure, two things for certain.
I caught that too, Detro. I caught that too.
I was watching that man. He had a LinkedIn. He had video footage of him at his company. He used to take pictures of him at his company. I didn't care. I didn't believe him until I saw him log in his credentials and work a whole 8-hour shift in my face. So, sorry, yo. I don't believe you. Number 3. No shade, no tea. We love the heart wants what it wants. But it gave like you were just like in love with the tall white man. Girl, are we lying? Like, I swear, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm Nigerian. And Nigerian men, they do scam a little. I'm not going to lie. They do love their little scam in 1 and 2. But I don't even feel like he had to scam you that hard. Everything he said, you believe. Everything he said, you believe. You believe my babe for real? Onyeka. Stop calling yourself Onyeka, Onyeka. You're not even gullible. You wanted to believe that stuff. You wanted to. Auntie, am I lying? Like, even just like drop all the steez. You wanted to believe the things he was telling you. You liked the way it looked when you guys would stand next to each other, Abby. It's okay. You've already casted yourself. Just cast yourself to the end. Because a man is an Olympian. A man has a royal family. A man owns all these apartment buildings. Girl, I used to work for Google. It's free. Free 99. It doesn't cost a thing. You played yourself. So like, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to, allow you put all this stuff on this man. You wanted that man. You wanted what it looked like. You wanted the fairy tale. You wanted it all. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a girl's girl. Like, I don't even want to side with a man, but you wanted what it looked like and you got the end results. Ladies, ladies, ladies. When a man tells you he can afford this, and all of a sudden, after getting with you, he can afford less and less and less and less and less. What do you think that is? It's all a scheme set up by Todd. And in this big 2025, if you don't have that, inference, that common sense, that deference at this point, shall I dare say, you deserve to get scammed. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Love you, babe. You're so pretty, teasy peasy, too squeezy, but now you do yourself, bidad. He didn't even try hard. Sorry, okay? Okay. Bye, girls.
You let a white man scam you? You're Nigerian. He scammed you a little worse than his ancestors scammed our ancestors. I'm sorry, but I'm shocked he didn't get no land out of it like they did the first time. Because why are there Belgian people in? Because your good sense did fly out the window a little bit. Hate to blame the victim, but here's the thing. If he is a millionaire and he made that money without you, how come all of a sudden he needs you to make the money? Come on. He needs you. He needs you all of a sudden. All that stuff wasn't set up before you. All of a sudden, he needs you to make the money because you are the missing piece. It don't make no sense. And this is why it's so important to stop pedestaling whiteness. And why the girlies be saying decenter men? This is why. As a Nigerian person, I can say this. We love white people too much. We love them too much. Because when you love them so much, you can't see their scams. Because he was running textbook stuff on you. He wasn't really... Like, I know you made 47 different parts to the thing. He did the Russian skiddamadink and the Czechoslovakian skiddamadoo. He did those on you. Like, basic textbook stuff you could Google. Wasn't even something complicated like a Ponzi scheme. But, because he was white and y'all was on them swirl pages, you didn't think to yourself to think. And that's another thing. We gotta stop making our kids so damn sheltered. That whole, like... Don't ask questions. Go with authority. Whatever authority says. Just because he got a little bit of money and he white. And he's wearing agbada. You see why when you people do that and it really does bother me. It really does. Because I've never seen any of you wear lederhosen. I've never seen any of you wearing their own cultural wears. They're always wearing agbada. And they are wearing ishagu.
I'm only on part 11, but if that man was black or a minority, she would have not trusted him as much as she did. If that man was Nigerian, like she is, she would not have trusted him as much as she does. She trusts that man with $32,000 US because he's white.
Danish Deception series has taught me that I am not wife material, and I'm also not one to be swindled. Because how do I find out that you have a gambling addiction and you asked my homegirl's husband for close to 200K American USD behind my back that you still owe him, and I'm taking care of that debt for you?
I just want to be a beautiful black queen. Like, where's the exotic?
A black girl, she is a dynamite. She's awesome. I mean, physically, she's brown.
You take me for fool, girl. Just because I say I love you, you gon' try to play my love.
Talking up about how when white boys' views get low, now they love black girls. Oh my God, they love black girls until you go to that following.
It's funny how no one is talking about the most obvious thing about the Danish deception. Everyone is making theories, and you can see that everyone is actively avoiding the most important aspect of this, that his whiteness was everything. White men, random white men know that once they're on TikTok and they have 10,000 followers and their views are low and they need money, they know that Just appeal to the little stupid nigger bitch. She'll come running. The stupid niggers will come running. The nigger bitch will come running. Oh my God, my white chocolate. They know that. They know that all they have to do is just make a random video on the internet and thousands and hundreds of thousands of my biological mates, women that the universe created for me, not for them. My biological mate will leave me and run to them and express how much they desire those men. She opened her mouth and said he was the most beautiful Norwegian man, Viking she had ever seen. So my point here is, if white men, random white men know that they can always use black women for a come up, what do you think a scamming white man will do when he meets a rich black woman who worships the ground he walks on? What do you think he will do? That's what this is all about. Is she get money, she's rich, she has money. She found a white man. And within the first few months, he understood that his existence is everything she had prayed for. Like, you know, Olandria right now on Twitter, it's trending. She said her boyfriend being non-racist is what she loves the most. That's the bar. But anyways, white man, you need money, hit up black women. They will take care of you.
Yeah, y'all. It's bad. It's bad. Shout out to those of you who had the good sense not to watch the whole thing. There were many red flags. He essentially was using her money and then going on vacation with her, right? Come to find out towards pretty much when they started getting serious, he was breaking up with the Danish woman that he was with for 7 years. He has an insane gambling addiction, as y'all heard. It cost one of his friends being chased down the street, almost getting stabbed, bricks being thrown through his parents' window, his older sister, who's a cop, essentially not disowning him, but not talking to him, right? Dude played the playbook. He played her, but she really played herself. We get it, ma'am. We get it. Anyway, not only did he play her, he played all the Nigerian folks attached to her. Siblings, sisters, siblings, friends, cousins, associates. He getting $5 grand here, $10 grand there, 10 grand, money from her dad, just money from her younger sister. This dude, 200,000 from a homegirl's husband. Like, just first off, shout out to the Nigerians. Where y'all getting this money from? Damn, the Z gotta go start bleaching. You know what? Z gonna take this trip to Turkey and get the hair surgery. The Ted Koppel though. Bleach. We gonna make ourselves look white. Look, Nigerians. I'm gonna need that money, that cash flow. Wow. Talk about just be white. Just be white, tall, and good looking. Talk about just be white. Oh, when you look at that, what's in the background right now? And the title of tonight's stream says, "No one man should have all that power," which is the hook on Kanye West's Power, which is Mr. Z is literally watching a black woman and a white man walk by right now. Hysterical. With that, tall, good-looking Danish man. So let's call a thing a thing. This dude could be dropped off anywhere and he gonna pull the same stunt. Many men want to be him. Women want to be with him. Off of looks alone. And I believe her. He's charismatic. Scammers got to be charismatic. On that level of scamming. So Nigerians who have the negative stereotype of being like the best, the world's best scammers, your whole squad got scammed by one white man? Huh? Your whole squad got scammed by one white man. People of color got to really interrogate this white man worship thing, man. Women of color got to really interrogate this white man worship. Miss me with the issue is the black man don't like us, so the real so we go date out, and then the white man take advantage of us because they know that we're vulnerable. Miss me. Everybody know. Y'all so damn loud about it, black women. But let's be very clear. A white man like this know he could scam all of y'all, the Latinas, the Asians, the indigenous women. I still didn't watch that Flower Moon movie yet. Huh? And definitely the black women. Y'all so damn loud. So miss me with this.
The Danish deception story is bringing up the conversation me and my friends love to have, and it's this idolization and fantasization of white men amongst us black women and people of color. Walk with me now. Over the past few years, I feel like there's been a lot of conversation online about how men from our community don't want us. They date outside of race. They're not prioritizing us. So we go where we feel loved. Totally agree with that. Where we start to get mixed up is this fantasization and obsession with being a black woman with a white man in an interracial couple. There's like swirl content, which I totally disagree with, and things that we just like idolize because of our experiences in the past, right? And I think the issue is when you internalize those things, that's when stuff like this goes awry. And I'm not saying, I mean, a lot of people, when they listen to the story, are like, oh, I'd catch that from a mile away. Like, I'd read the red flags, and a lot of us would, but it's just, I think the message a lot of us should also take from this is, at the end of the day, that was a man. He's just a man.
Miss me. All it is, it's always Jermaine's fault. And Jermaine ain't nowhere near the story. Except for the Jermaines that also got scammed. Ain't no black boyfriend broke my heart and then I took this trip overseas and then I met the white man and I fell. No. That's not what happened. She admitted she damn near, it was damn near lust at first sight for her. She piped dude second time seeing him because over the months that she met him the one time, they went out, her homegirl, him, his homeboy. They went out. She had to take a trip back to the States. They DM'd each other, then they started talking on the phone, whatever. She took another trip back to Europe. They kissing in the airport, they kissing in the car, they get back to the telly, you know what they do. Come on now, you was gone. And you told him you never been in a serious relationship. Hook, line, and sinker. It's done. It's done. He had you from there. He had you from there. Huh? Ah. That face down, ass up diplomacy, women of color. Boy, y'all failing. Boy, y'all failing left and right. What's going on, Usha Vance? Oops. Z, you better stop. Huh? Ah. Your whole squad got zeroed out. For real. Emerald Engine soloed the entire squad. Squad wiped. You hear me? Tall, good-looking white dude come in the room and ain't nobody suspicious. Nigerians of all people. I bet you if his name was Tyrone, I bet you, especially that Nigerian dad, and you find out your daughter hid a marriage from you, y'all would have been on her ass. I bet you if that was a Tyrone. Huh? I thought Nigerians were so, for all the brothers in here, y'all gonna hear Mr. Z kind of get on Nigerians. Understand it's not hate. But oh no, we put in some foot to ass tonight. I bet you if that was his name was Tyrone Jenkins, y'all would have been on your daughter ass. Huh? To that Nigerian dad, I guarantee you, if his name was Tyrone Jenkins, you would have been on her ass. But the white Danish dude get to come in and solo the whole squad. All of y'all handing this dude money. And all he got to do is don't tell her I'm trying to surprise her with a car. I'm trying to surprise her with a watch. I'm trying to surprise. That's all he got to tell you. And he getting grands, not $20, not a couple $100. He's getting 3,000 here, 5,000, 10,000, 200,000. Huh? This is why we say, shout out to the pro-blacks, decolonize your mind. This is why we say decolonize your mind. This is why we say it. You could drop this dude anywhere. Clearly, like the story said, if she's correct, dude went to, I can't remember what country it was, whether it was China or Japan, and was scamming over there. You could drop this dude anywhere. Tall, good-looking white dude. The women going. Because everybody's suspicious of everybody except for white men. And white women to a certain extent, but definitely the white man. Huh? Wow. Dude was getting money from her whole squad, co-workers and all type of weird stuff. First off, where's this money? Where's this money? So people just handing out $3,000 here and there, all willy-nilly. Wait, what a minute. Wait, what a wait a minute. Huh? Wow. You know what? I got you, Trell. And Trell says, and thank you for the super chat, Trell. Trell says for the culture. You know what, Trell? You are 150% right. I got you. Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Here we go.
She had a weird conversation with me, like 2 months into us dating. It made me think that she had some like different motives to dating me. Made me uncomfortable. She was like, Jeff, I'm happy to finally be with a white man. Black dudes, you can't trust them. They're just gonna cheat on you. They ain't. You know how uncomfortable you feel right now? Imagine how I felt. This is in real life for me. This is just a story for you. I felt uncomfortable as shit. I didn't know what to do. So I talked to a black friend of mine. His name's Josh. I was like, Josh, told him the whole story. He's like, Jeff, I'll tell you what you got to do, but you might not like it. I'm like, all right, let me have it. He's like, Jeff, for the culture, you got to cheat on that. That's what... She had a weird conversation with me, like 2 months into us dating. It made me think that she had some like different motives to dating me.
My apologies, y'all. I forgot I had the thing on a replay. I mean repeat, because I want to keep this up. Oh boy, the look at the smiles. Oh, you can't tell her nothing. Traveling all over the place. Boy, Z got to get his weight up. I'm gonna go break my legs so I could be like 6'2", 6'3". We gonna get plastic surgery. We gonna get hair surgery. We gonna get the eye dyes. We gonna get our pupils dyed blue. We're gonna be a whole bizarro looking white dude in a minute. I'm trying to get this money out, y'all. I'm trying to pop up with y'all nieces and daughters. Scam all of y'all out of everything. House, home, cars, life. Let me get that life insurance out, y'all. Wait a minute. Man. Wow. You see what Kataro said? Called a Henry Cavill variant. Essentially, a Danish Henry Cavill scammed the whole goddamn squad. The whole squad got scammed? I thought Nigerians were supposed to be so educated and smart. This young lady was making 150 at one job, plus she was a real estate agent, so she making good money. She traveling here, there. Little $3,000 ain't nothing to her. Buying expensive bags, taking trips. Huh? and one Danish white dude. She told you she spoke to to dude's parents after, or dude's mom because his dad passed. Dude's mom after everything was said and done. Dude's mom and his younger sister, and when she was like, he said he was in the Olympics. They looked at her like she was crazy. What, does he own any property anywhere? They looked at her like she was crazy. Man. Right? Damn, Z, not the music again. No one man should have all that power. Black women like to talk all this crap about colorism, featureism, texturism. Black men in the white beauty standard, and once he get on, he gonna leave your ass for a white girl talk. Black women they love claiming moral high ground above everyone else, particularly black men. But the second we send any basic brat at y'all going, let alone a tall, good-looking one. Huh? Y'all going. Now, the one thing you might not want everyone to know. You might. Maybe. Because he's your boss. Oops. He's married. Huh? He's your boss and he's married. So maybe you don't want everyone to know. Right? The fact that he zeroed out the whole squad, the family, the friends, the co-workers, everyone. Number one. Number two, man, it was red flags all over the story. It was red flags everywhere. Oh, the money got to clear here, and then they put a hold on the money here, and this money over there is hold, and it's hold for 2 years, and this money is hold for 6 months, and then this money is hold, and then I gotta move this to this, and then I gotta go through this portal to do this, and then I screenshotted this to show you that I sent it, and bro. This is why we say decolonize your mind. It sounds crazy. It sounds like black Americans are just making excuses and making it up. And no, white people are not that bad, and y'all just making excuses. And your Nigerian educated daughter is getting scammed, and then brought the scammer to the whole family to get scammed. Huh? Black Americans making all these excuses, right? That's the talk of losers, right? Huh? The white man's not that bad, right? One white dude came through and Zorro'd all of y'all. Huh? One white dude your daughter met overseas. Got a gambling addiction and was introduced to the fam and the friends and got money from everybody. Homegirl had to start making phone calls. Hey, did he ask you for money? Hey, did he ask you for money? Hey, did he ask you for money? And everybody saying yes, yes. Oh, I gave him $3 grand. I gave him this much. I gave him that much. Even a random dude that is a business owner who's been doing this for years, according to the young lady, dude got $30,000 from him. This is a grade A white scammer. But with that, I would argue black women, women of color, y'all don't make it any easier with your fake anti-patriarchy talk. Miss me. All these people are anti-patriarchy until the white dude walk in the room. All of these people are anti-systems of oppression, anti-patriarchy. I want my autonomy. I want my freedom, my liberation. And then we send the tall, good-looking white dude in the room. And even the LGBTQ women start walking with some twist in their hips. Oops. The butch LGBTQ women start walking with some twist in their hips. Once we send Henry Cavill in there, we send Danish Deception in there. What happened? I thought you said you was lesbian. Huh? All of a sudden, all the stern, resting B-face women, all the ones that don't smile when they walking past you, you send the tall, good-looking white dude in the room, and they cheesing, batting their eyes real hard. Huh? Oh boy. And Cotero says, thank you, Mr. White Man. Oh, I don't have that up. I don't have it up. I don't have it up. I don't have it up. Right. I don't have it ready. It would take me a minute to find that. Thank you for the super chat, Cotero. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, thank you, Mr. White Man. See me here eating my watermelon and my chicken. For those of you that don't know that clip, yes, that's a black woman playing out how y'all look to a lot of white dudes. Yes, it's a real black woman playing that role. Essentially mocking the rest of you. As even other black women telling you what it is. Huh? You fell that hard because he's a tall, good-looking white dude. And you wanted to see him next to you. Cool. And did she say something about the Bachelorette? Was she a part of the Bachelor or the Bachelorette at one point? I think she said something about the Bachelor. Is Mr. Z mistaken? Huh? Was she ever on The Bachelor? Look, Mr. Z gets it, particularly for a child of immigrants. Black woman, darker skinned black woman, child of immigrants, making pretty good money by herself. Right? I get it. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You don't want to just be with any dude. You want to be with the man, not a man. And you want to have the full-on woman experience. White woman experience. Z, you got to fix that again. Upper middle class and above white woman experience. And who better to give that to you than a white man who is somehow related to the queen? Yes, he told her that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. By the way, for those of you that don't know. Huh? Ah. And thank you again, Conturo. Thank you for the super chat. And Compassion says, it's about the social proof and validation. They pay Pookies for that, so you know damn well they'll F up a bag for Brad. Bro, she was handing all type of money. Her family was handing all type of money. Her friends were handing all type of money. Now, for the friends and family, I somewhat understand just a smidge, just a teeny tiny bit. Because he kept on saying, oh, I'm trying to surprise you with this. I'm trying to do this. Look, I have a money here coming this way. And, don't tell her. With that, appreciate if his name was Tyrone Jenkins, the whole squad going to tell, hey, Tyrone asking for money. Y'all good? See, if it was Tyrone Jenkins, everybody's suspicion would have been up. Heightened alert. I don't care how good he looked. If his name was Tyrone Jenkins, everybody look at him suspicious. You want $3 for what? Let me call your wife real quick. Let me call your girlfriend real quick and see what's going on. But because it's the tall Danish white dude, nobody's suspicious. Now I'm pretty sure y'all got us. Don't worry about it. Huh? Ah. So the white dude just came through, zeroed out the whole clique and called it a day. And then left your ass. She over here trying to hide the passport from Buddy. Actually, she did hide the passport from him. Look, calm as hell, but she tell you when he was ready to go, she hid his passport because she was still trying to work it out. Of course you still trying to work it out with the tall, good-looking white dude. Look, y'all, even when she knew there was no coming back, ma'am, it's not just love. It's the love of the idea of you as a darker skinned black woman of Nigerian descent being with the tall, good looking Danish white dude. Understandable. So even when it was falling apart, you're holding on not simply for love, madam, but for the idea that you had in your mind of this tall, good looking white dude who you were hoping was honest in some respect. And to be fair to you, I'm pretty sure he was charismatic, as you said. Scammers gotta be. Ah, man. And Conturo says, and thank you for the super chat once again, she thought she was colonizing him. Psych, you thought. Say that. Look, man. Do you appreciate what world you're living in? Who the hell you talking about? I think these people of color, these women of color, really, they forgot who they dealing with. They think those people, they really think the white dudes are different. They don't think they still dealing with the same white dudes that Pocahontas was dealing with. Oops. Huh? Y'all don't think y'all still dealing with those white dudes? Okay. All right. You better find out. Oh, well, actually, ma'am, you did actually find out. Huh? You don't think you're still dealing with the same white dudes. That's the problem. And it's going to keep on happening to women of color. Huh? Where in the world would a black woman let a black man do any of this? Huh? Where? Continuing.
You let a white man scam you? You're Nigerian. He scammed you a little worse than his ancestors scammed our ancestors. I'm sorry, but I'm shocked he didn't get no land out of it like they did the first time. Because why are there Belgian people in? Because your good sense did fly out the window a little bit. Hate to blame the victim, but here's the thing. If he is a millionaire and he made that money without you, how come all of a sudden he needs you to make the money? Come on. He needs you. He needs you all of a sudden. All that stuff wasn't set up before you. All of a sudden he needs you to make the money because you are the missing piece. It don't make no sense. And this is why it's so important to stop pedestaling whiteness. And why the girlies be saying decenter men? This is why. As a Nigerian person, I can say this. We love white people too much. We love them too much. Because when you love them so much, you can't see their scams. Because he was running textbook stuff on you. He wasn't really... Like, I know you made 47 different parts to the thing. He did the Russian skidimerdink and the Czechoslovakian skidibadoo. He did those on you. Like, basic textbook stuff you could Google. Wasn't even something complicated like a Ponzi scheme. But, because he was white and y'all was on them swirl pages, you didn't think to yourself to think. And that's another thing. We gotta start making our kids so damn sheltered. That whole, like, don't ask questions, go with authority, whatever authority says, just because he got a little bit of money and he white, and he's wearing agbada. You see why when you people do that, and it really does bother me. It really does. Because I've never seen any of you wear lederhosen. I've never seen any of you wearing their own cultural wears. They're always wearing agbada, and they're wearing ishagu.
If his name was Tyrone Jenkins, and you met him overseas, you met him in Japan somewhere, you wasn't gonna give him one single solitary dollar. You might not even urinate on him if he was on fire. And definitely, your family wasn't coming out to pocket $20 without letting you know. Your family wasn't letting him borrow $20 without letting you know. She said when she called her dad at the end when everything was said and done, and she asked her father, "Did he take money? Did he borrow money from you?" And her father said, "Don't worry about that. We'll figure it out as a family." This dude took money from everybody. So the Nigerian dad out here giving out grands without consulting her. If his name was Tyrone Jenkins, ain't no way in hell you was gonna give him not a dollar without saying nothing to her or without asking her, what's this for? What's going on here? Oh, it's just a surprise. I don't want her to know. You was gonna fall for that if his name was Tyrone Jenkins? Yeah, right. Huh? Yeah, right. And Cyrus Burke says, and thank you for the super chat, the mayonnaise juicer is undefeated. Bro, it's, you know, you see her tearing up. You know, she looked like she go to the gym herself. The sister she looked like she's successful. She doing her thing. She don't necessarily need no man financially. That's good and all. But white dude slid through and zeroed out your whole goddamn crew, man. Like he didn't really zero them out. They're not broke. But he came through and zeroed out the crew. Soloed the crew. Ah, you found him attractive from the jump and he knew it. I think she said she put her hand on his leg. Mr. Z started giggling. And it was electricity from the jump. I was like, I bet it was. You got to touch the garments of a white man. A tall, good-looking white man. Look, y'all. You got to rethink this whole thing. Women of color, it's too easy. Say what you want about men of color and white women. It's so clear what the white dudes are doing with y'all and to y'all. It's too damn easy. Appreciate, we're not talking about the hood right now. We're not even talking about ADOS FBA, all the negative stereotypes about white boy Mike. This is not white boy Mike. And these are not hood ass, tatted ass black women. This is a supposedly, air quotes, respectable Nigerian family. She's talking about how proud she is to be Nigerian and be black. Y'all need to cut it out, man. Y'all need to cut it out. I'm so proud to be Nigerian, and yet the Danish white dude blinked his eyes at you a couple of times and you fell. Y'all so proud to be Nigerian, and yet the white Danish dude then soloed the whole clique. Got money from everybody. And then left your ass. Cut it out. So proud to be black, but yet what Nigerian dude could have ran that on your family? Huh? Wow. We'll put it back up, Z. Put it back up for the people. Huh? Play the music again for the people. Y'all give Z a second. Because there's a reason why I got this going off in the background. No one man should have all that power. Kanye West. Huh? No one man should have all that power. You damn right. That's crazy, y'all. The whole clique? I'm emphasizing that, and let's be clear why Mr. Z covered this. You have black women appreciating what happened here. That's why I played a bunch of black women talking about it. And yes, we got Gothic talking about it also. Because to be clear, y'all can keep on trying to throw black men under the bus all you want. Black women are running around here with they nose wide ass open. Green as hell when it comes to that white dude. He didn't have to be Danish. He could have been from Britain. He could have been from France. He could have been American. He could have been Australian. It would have went down the same way. Black women have convinced themselves, especially black Americanized women have convinced themselves that black men are lesser than and don't deserve slim, fit, attractive black women. Black women who are kind, black women who defer to the man. Black women have convinced themselves that black men are not deserving of that. They're the same people that say, y'all treat us like we're not worthy, we're not deserving. Okay, fine. With that, we're gonna keep on having these type of stories from black women. You're gonna keep on hearing about the black women who get deleted about white lovers and spouses and all of that. You're going to keep on hearing these stories because black women refuse to look in the mirror and ask themselves, what did colonialism do to their minds? In a vacuum, don't bring up black men. What did white colonialism, white supremacy do to the minds of women of color globally? Black women specifically. And Vince says, fetish feminism. Huh? Telescope says he took advantage of the deepest, primordial, goofiest, neediest desires of them. Most of them share. I'm sorry about that. Most of them share. Yep. And Mrs. Z gonna keep on saying because well, I know that I know it's killing her. Yes, it happened, ma'am. Yes, it did happen to you. And she said, whatever you're saying in the comments, I've told myself worse. And yeah, yes, you're Nigerian and you got scammed. First, you scammed yourself. Let's call a thing first. You scammed yourself first. Second, you, and I would argue your family and friends, how many of you have really sat down to ask yourself, how much negative propaganda about black people and black Americans in specific ADOS FBA have you bought into? How much white worship have you bought into? Huh? But for real though, and Pastor OG says, black men, this is our fault. We needed to step up. Pastor OG, I mean, the young lady kind of sitting here.
The Danish deception story is bringing up the conversation me and my friends love to have, and it's this idolization and fantasization of white men amongst us black women and people of color. Walk with me now. Over the past few years, I feel like there's been a lot of conversation online about how men from our community don't want us. They date outside of race. They're not prioritizing us. So we go where we feel loved. Totally agree with that.
There you go. Once again, shout out to Pastor OG. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Pastor OG says, black men, this is our fault. We needed to step up. The young lady literally just said that. She literally just said that. And she says she understand. Play it again for the people, Z.
The Danish deception story is bringing up the conversation me and my friends love to have, and it's this idolization and fantasization of white men amongst us black women and people of color. Walk with me now. Over the past few years, I feel like there's been a lot of conversation online about how men from our community don't want us. They date outside of race. They're not prioritizing us, so we go where we feel loved. Totally agree with that.
What did she say? We go where we are loved. Totally agree with that. The men don't want us. No, we don't want the attitude. Black women cut it. Okay. Let Z say it straight up. Black women, you know the issue that black men have? Black men's issue is your attitude towards black men. That black men are told, whether implicitly or explicitly, you don't get fit women. You don't get caring women. You definitely don't get kind women. You don't get women that are not trying to be boss hogs. You don't get women who put you in the position, if you choose to be with them, where you provide, protect, and shut up. You don't get that. White men could get that. Non-black men potentially could get that, but not black men. Black men don't inherently dislike black women. Black men's issue is black women's attitude, which affects everything. Their attitude towards black men says you don't get black women who discipline themselves in how they speak to you, how they treat you, how they see themselves, how they see black men, how they see black children, how they see the black community. You don't get that, black men. We're not going to give that to you. You don't get us in our natural hair state unless we want to do it for the off chance we might get some white bread. You don't get black women who are enthusiastic about you, not in mass. You don't get black women who advocate for you. You don't get black women who are not spiteful, rageful. You don't get black women who don't want the last word. Huh? Imagine looking like this young lady. She's not an ugly young lady. And her saying black men don't want black women.
The Danish deception story is bringing up the conversation me and my friends love to have, and it's this idolization and fantasization of white men amongst us black women and people of color. Walk with me now. Over the past few years, I feel like there's been a lot of conversation online about how men from our community don't want us. They date outside of race. They're not prioritizing us, so we go.
They don't want us. They date outside their race. They're not prioritizing us. They don't want us. They don't prioritize us. Once again, ma'am, it's not that black men don't want black women, although that's changing a little bit. It's that black men don't want black women's attitude and worldview because they're black, and black women hate being black. They despise it. Unless, of course, it's validated by a white man or any non-black man, but definitely a white man. Huh? You, madam, Jodie Turner-Smith, a number of sisters that have been deleted by white dudes are a testament to this. They breathe in your direction, and y'all, oh my God, oh God, jizz in your panties. Huh? And black men don't prioritize black women? Do black women think that anyone would acknowledge our presence if it wasn't for black men? Oh, let's cut this. Okay, we're going to cut this right now. Do black women really think that anyone would acknowledge your presence in this society if it wasn't for black men? You think you would you would register anywhere in the beauty scale if it wasn't for black men? Where? Huh? And black men don't prioritize black women? Then who does? Do black women even prioritize black women? If black men don't prioritize black women, then who does? Oops. Who does? All that sound nice. Once again, black women can't mention their issues without somewhere the nearest Jermaine has to be blamed. It's always Jermaine's fault. Every single time. Huh? Continuing.
You let a white man scam you? You're Nigerian. He scammed you a little worse than his ancestors scammed our ancestors. I'm sorry, but I'm shocked he didn't get no land out of it like they did the first time. Because why are there Belgian people in? Because your good sense did fly out the window a little bit. Hate to blame the victim, but here's the thing. If he is a millionaire and he made that money without you, how come all of a sudden he needs you to make the money? Come on. He needs you. He needs you all of a sudden. All that stuff wasn't set up before you. All of a sudden he needs you to make the money because you are the missing piece. It don't make no sense. And this is why it's so important to stop pedestaling whiteness. And why the girlies be saying decenter men? This is why. As a Nigerian person, I can say this. We love white people too much. We love them too much. Because when you love them so much, you can't see their scams. Because he was running textbook stuff on you. He wasn't really... Like, I know you made 47 different parts to the thing. He did the Russian skidimerdink and the Czechoslovakian skidibadoo. He did those on you. Like, basic textbook stuff you could Google. Wasn't even something complicated like a Ponzi scheme. But, because he was white and y'all was on them swirl pages, you didn't think to yourself to think.
Message!
And that's another thing. We gotta stop making our kids so damn sheltered. That whole, like, don't ask questions, go with authority, whatever authority says, just because he got a little bit of money and he white, and he's wearing agbada. You see why when you people do that and it really does bother me. It really does. Because I've never seen any of you wear lederhosen. I've never seen any of you wearing their own cultural wears. They're always wearing agbada and they're wearing ishagu. You let a white man scam you? You're Nigerian. He scammed you a little worse than his ancestors scammed our ancestors. I'm sorry, but I'm shocked.
I'm sorry, y'all. I still have it on replay, and we're in transit right now. So, yeah. I want to emphasize those swirl pages. Something I emphasized to Chrissy years ago. The Paris Malons of the world and the ilk. Let's talk about the road to the coven. Ooh, Z, you going there with it? Yep. Let's speak about the road to the coven. This is part of the road to the coven. Giving black men the middle finger is part of the road to the coven. Failing at relationships or situationships with non-black men is part of the road to the coven. Engaging in same-sex loving relationship in high numbers compared to everyone else in the society is the road to the coven. Y'all understand? Advocating for women that a man is not a plan is the road to the coven. More and more of these stories being published, being known of, being popularized is, part of the road to the coven. Because inevitably, what black women in specific will realize, and what they're saying, is a man is a man is a man. They're all men, which is a cop-out. This is part of the road to the coven. When it's middle finger to black men, oh crap, white men don't see us any better. They don't treat us any better. As a matter of fact, they kind of treat us worse. Oops. There's only one place to go after that, and that's into the arms of other women. Oh. Now, whether that's platonic or romantic depends on the coven. Oops. Huh? Black women are slow walking themselves. Black women in America, Americanized black women, are slow walking themselves into the coven. The era of the coven is approaching, everyone. Black women are slow walking themselves into the era of the coven. A bunch of co-munching coven members. Huh? And yes, if you are Nigerian or Haitian or Jamaican or Ethiopian or Somali or Sudanese, etc., and you're probably not going to move back, you not being on a black man's program will also be part of the coven. Yeah? You're going to be part of the coven. This is part of slow walking your ass to the coven. Sorry, y'all. Ultimate energy. Literally. And that's why the car's so beat up. That is why it's so beat up. Oh boy. Sorry, y'all. Had to deviate. That's why the car looked like that. That's exactly why it looked like that. Oh boy. Whew. And let's read some of y'all comments. Mr. DJ says black men should only prioritize themselves. There's a whole conversation to be made, and I actually might want to do a stream on that, about hyper individuality and agency and the limits of that, which I think black women are living every day. So there's that. There's limits to this kind of hyper self-interest. I know I'm putting hyper in front of everything, but like this hyper self-interest, this like radical self-interest, this me thing. There's limits to that. There's because remember, you live in a country with 340 million people in a quote unquote community with 40 some odd million people. I don't see that ending well. I think you get the politics that we have now, right? Then that's both in and out of the black community. All right. Just reading through some of you guys' comments. Saint Cyr says, y'all seriously want to be prioritized by your ops? Question mark. Focus on yourselves and go get what's truly yours and wants you back. Don't force love. Fake love is deadly. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Black women put themselves in a pincher move. They're the ones who maybe quite literally boxed themselves into a corner. Black women did that to themselves. Y'all won't get on a black man's program. You go seeking other opportunities, we'll say, outside of the black community. Most of y'all get piped and tossed back. Some of y'all end up over there for a season or two. Y'all might even get the wedding ring. But then the divorce rate for interracial marriages is increasing also. So more and more y'all are going to end up getting divorced from the white man. Have fun having black men follow up behind a white man. Have fun trying to sell black men in America. In America, have fun, black women, selling black men on following up behind a white dude. Ooh, in America. With America's history. And you went over there enthusiastically. Huh? And we live in the era of social media on top of that. So you're going to have all type of pictures, even if you delete them off of Instagram, all type of pictures and video and all of that of you worshiping that dude. Y'all end up breaking up or getting divorced, and now a black man supposed to follow up behind that, and with video and picture evidence. Oh, and y'all know how these women do it too. I ain't never gonna trust no man again. I ain't never gonna do this again. I ain't never know. And you gonna tell a black man what you not gonna do after you did it for the white man enthusiastically, and we got video and picture proof? Yeah. And by the way, she did say that also. The young lady did say that. I won't be doing that again. I won't be yep, have fun. Shout out to all you Nigerian brothers who gonna end up with her afterward. At least you don't got kid evidence. At least he didn't leave his, well, he did leave his DNA. But at least if y'all have, well, actually they did say the DNA be staying in the kids forever. I mean, staying in her womb forever. So there's that. So I can't even say that. I can't even say that. Well, about that. At least the kid won't look like him. Maybe. Possibly. That part. Ah. Huh? The thing, Saint Cyr, with the fake love, and I know I'm long-winded ass answer and I went all over the place with it. Black women say love. Women of color say love, but it's validation. It's validation from the man, white men. It means they've arrived. It means that they have transitioned, and whether they have the language for it or not, it means that they have transitioned from female to woman, white woman. We're not talking about the phenotype right now. We're talking about the performance of womanhood, the political and social position of woman, white woman. Yeah. So it's not about love. It's about you having the white man, particularly a tall, good-looking Danish white dude, that validates that you are now a woman. He chose you out of 4 billion plus women on planet Earth. He chose you. The supposed most undesired woman in America, the most desired man on the planet, chose you. What can anyone tell you when the white man, particularly a tall, good-looking, maybe even rich white man, chose you? Huh? Ah. Huh? UGK and Outkast got something to say. But yeah. So the love part, no, it's the love of being elevated out of the doldrums of female. See, she not with just some dusty Tyrone. She not with just some dusty white boy Mike Brad. No. A literal European white man. Huh? A literal European white man. And not just any European white man, one with some stature about him. Charismatic, interesting, tall, and good looking. It's the love of the socio-political elevation, the validation, Mr. Z. Robin. Ah. Huh? Just reading through you guys' comments right now. Neo, Z. Neon One, there we go. Says, if I was Brad, I'll have a network of Keishas just sending me money in exchange of giving them their white woman fantasies. Neon, you wouldn't even have to Neon, you wouldn't even have to do that to just black women. You could pull that on a bunch of women of color. You could pull that on Latin women. You could pull it on Asian women. You could pull it on indigenous women. You could pull it on black women. Because we're black men, we're speaking about black women. But a white dude, particularly a white dude like this, he could pull that on women across the board globally, the world over. Huh? He could have women from across the planet sending him money. Right? So let's make sure we emphasize that. The dude don't have to be limited to the black community or black people, better yet. Yeah. Ah, craziness. There was a part where she says, where he was like, something happened to him, and he was like, "Are you sure you want to be with me? I'm broke. I'm this. I'm that." Um, and she was like, "It doesn't matter. We could go get. We'll still go get a room, and we still have this bed." And the first one out of her mouth was bed. I was like, "Where your mind at?" Hey, look, man, y'all make it too easy. You get scammed and piped by the scammer. Jesus Christ. Ma'am, we're not laughing at you. We're laughing at the situation because, to be frank, let's get serious. To be frank, madam, you're just one of many black women going through something similar. All the women critiquing you and talking crap, they would go too. Oops. That's why I said we're not making fun of you. We're making fun of the situation because a lot of black women popping crap and criticizing you, they would go too. And their families, would go too. The only difference is maybe the money would not be the same. They don't got the funds for him to keep on getting 3,000 from this person and that person. That'll be the difference. That'll be the limiting factor. So, ma'am, have some solace in the fact that all these women criticizing you and mocking you, and you didn't see this and you didn't see that. Look, they would fall too. They would scam and lie to themselves too, so that the white dude could slide through and scam and pipe also. The only difference, madam, is you had the funds for him to take. If we're going to get serious for a moment, all the people making fun of you, madam, and laughing, the women, they would go too. The working class white women would go, the Latinas would go, the black women would go, the indigenous women would go, the South Asian women would go. They would all go. So have some solace in that. They talking crap and laughing, but they going. Decolonize your mind. A whole lot of women act like they're above it until we send the white dude in the room. Yeah. A whole lot of people laughing at her. Y'all full of crap. Yeah. A whole lot of people laughing at her, and a whole lot of women. And maybe even if they're not laughing at her, they're getting their 5 chuckles in. A little 5 chuckles. Y'all go and stop it. Okay? I'm reading through y'all comments. GC, I ain't even gonna read your comment out loud. Hysterical. And let me read this from St. Cyr. And St. Cyr says, if I could get it highlighted, there we go. They wouldn't dare directly blame white men. That's why they always leave race out of it when it pertains to white men. If it was a black man that did this, black men would be all kinds of dusty and any other slur in the book. Of course. Of course. And you're 100% right. And that's what Gothic was saying. Everybody don't want to talk about the one thing. He's white.
Danish Deception series has taught me that I am not wife material, and I'm also not one to be swindled. Because how do I find out that you have a gambling addiction and you asked my homegirl's husband for close to 200K American USD behind my back that you still owe him, and I'm taking care of that debt for you?
I just want to be a beautiful black queen. Like, where's the exotic?
A black girl, she is a dynamite. She's awesome. I mean, physically, she's brown.
You take me for fool, girl. Just because I say I love you, you gon' try to play my love. Yeah.
Talking up about how when white boys' views get low, now they love black girls. Oh my God, they love black girls until you go to that following.
It's funny how no one is talking about the most obvious thing about the Danish deception. Everyone is making theories, and you can see that everyone is actively avoiding the most important aspect of this, that his whiteness was everything. White men, random white men know that once they're on TikTok and they have 10,000 followers and their views are low and they need money, they know that just appeal to the little stupid nigger bitch. She'll come running. The stupid niggers will come running. The nigger bitch will come running. Oh my God, my white chocolate. They know that. They know that all they have to do is just make a random video on the internet and thousands and hundreds of thousands of my biological mates, women that the universe created for me, not for them. My biological mate will leave me and run to them and express how much they desire those men. She opened her mouth and said he was the most beautiful Norwegian man, Viking she had ever seen. So my point here is, if white men, random white men know that they can always use black women for a come up, what do you think a scamming white man will do when he meets a rich black woman who worships the ground he walks on? What do you think he will do? That's what this is all about. Is she get money, she's rich, she has money. She found a white man. And within the first few months, he understood that his existence is everything she had prayed for. That is, like, you know, Olandria right now on TikTok, Twitter, it's trending. She said her boyfriend being non-racist is what she loves the most. That's the bar. But anyways, white man, you need money, and hit up black women. They will take care of you.
Danish Deception series has taught me that I am not wife material, and I'm also not one to be swindled.
So it is that easy, and it's a woman of color thing. It's a woman thing. Take that back. And let me read this to emphasize the point. And overall, Airport says, Z, the same story with the Tinder swindler. I remember that story. I didn't follow it too well, though. But he says, Z, the same story with the Tinder swindler, that was white on white crime there. This is just the black edition. Once again, you put the tall, good-looking white man in the room and the women going. They're going. This is what the dating divide said. Race is the determining factor, particularly for women, and the race is white man. All the women defer to the white man. Obviously white women, but Latina women, black women, Asian women, they all going in that direction. Huh? Now, when we say all that, they're all going in that direction. We're talking about as a group, as a demographic. Not your every single individual black woman or Latina woman or Asian woman to a woman. That's not what we're saying. Right? So yeah, the Tinder swindler, white. Huh? That Flower Moon movie y'all told me to watch that I still ain't watched yet. White. This story, white. Y'all tell me what black man is going to be able to scam how much money from who? Huh? So y'all telling me somewhere on the planet is some black dude scamming money out of white people, me and the family scamming money out of them, getting thousands of dollars out the family? Ain't gonna happen. It's not going to happen. Because we know to be suspicious of black men globally. But the white dude, on the other hand, America scam everybody from everywhere. He in Asia scamming. He's in Europe scamming. He's in America scamming. Don't worry. Eventually he gonna find it. Well, Latin America. It depends, because the dudes in Latin America might take your head off. But he gonna be able to scam women though. He gonna be able to scam the women. Huh? Ah, just be white. Just be white. Ah, agreed. And Neon says he doesn't need to be good looking, just not butt ugly. True. Basic Brad do. Right? Basic Brad do. Huh? Look at what's homegirl name? The annoying one, the one that was a sports caster, sports news anchor. What's her name? Yeah, I know who I'm talking about. The light skinned one. She's annoying as hell. Me and Lion were making fun of the dude that she let pipe, the white dude. What is her name? Her brother was in the NFL, I want to say. One of y'all gonna say it. I'm not saying steal no bum ass. Not Malika Andrew, another bum ass. Cute bum ass. Not Carrie champion. Joy Taylor, right? Joy Taylor. As Lion said, did you see the dude that was piping? Look, shout out to the ladies. Mr. Z don't got the stomach. To Coach Greg Adams, no, Mr. Z don't have the stomach. Actually, you're right. Mr. Z do not have the stomach. I don't care how much money you put on the table. I can't. I can't. I'm gonna have to drink something and pop a pill. Ain't no erection. It's not happening. It's not. Huh? So for her to let dude pipe, for all of us that seen the picture of the white dude that Joy Taylor was allowing to pipe or laying pipe or enthusiastically laying pipe, bruh. Shout out to her. Huh? Oh yeah, you could tell. And Neon says Joy Taylor clearly got her heart broken by a Pookie. I don't think it necessarily had to be a Pookie. Joy Taylor gives every bit of these men wouldn't do what I told them to do. This dude wouldn't bow. I'm heartbroken, so I'm angry and rageful and spiteful at all men. All men go feel my wrath. And no, ma'am, not all men are going to feel your wrath. The sensible men are going to stay the hell away from you. And you might be able to catch one or two naive dudes slipping, or one or two gullible weirdos. You're not gonna catch any men of means. That's another reason why you're probably so goddamn spiteful in your tone. Because the men of means can smell you from a million miles away. Huh? The men of means can spot you a million miles away. All those athletes, they could smell you. Huh? With your spiteful ass tone. Huh? Look at in Telescope, this is perfectly said. Telescope says white men scamming the global south is more quote unquote acceptable due to centuries of historical precedent. Exactly. And so I guess we feel like, as you said, it's seen as more acceptable. Here's the thing though. I don't know if it's limited to the global south. I don't think. I mean, if you're a basic Brad, you're not gonna be able to pull this the same way, right? Um, and I'm saying that while also know about Sam Bankman-Fried. So, and he's not a looker, and he was able to scam billions. True. With that, I think I keep on emphasizing that Mr. Z is not on some LGBTQ kick. We're not trying to ride dudes peeing because clearly enough women of color got that handled. With that, I keep on emphasizing the looks and the height to say this is the ideal, right? This is the dream dude for a lot of women. And look how he used it. Look how he's using it. Right? So I don't know. I think when you're dealing with someone like that, or Henry Cavill, if Henry Cavill was just a normal dude, I don't think that that level of being able to use the desires, the manufactured desires of women because of colonialism, because of the history of white hegemony on planet Earth. I I think when you have a certain look as a white dude, a certain stature about yourself, it it's handed to you. The ability to use this on women is handed to you. And then obviously factoring race, the ability to also scam men is handed to you because you have the height, because you have the looks, and very most importantly, because you're white. So I don't know if that level of scamming is relegated to the global south. I think it's definitely more effective in the global south. All day, every day telescope. I'll give you that all day, every day. But I think if you look like Buddy Rowe, no, that yeah, you could pull that. You could pull that on some white women in the UK, definitely in America, in Canada, in Australia. Yeah, they going too. You know what? You can't. Ooh, I can't even say you can't put that on elite white folks. I can't and recall. Oh yeah, y'all didn't watch the story. I'm over here telling y'all recall. Part of the story, she calls a dude. She finds a way to get in contact with a dude that they met that wanted to essentially mentor her ex-husband, and she got in contact with him, and she mentioned her ex-husband, and he was like, yeah, he got $30,000 out of me, and so this is a entrepreneur, started multiple businesses worth millions of dollars. So, he said I think she said it's like 17, 18 meetings, some stupid number of meetings. So yeah, dude was good at what he did, clearly, but we can't discount that this look that women see in movies and TVs, on book covers, on magazines, and the globe has to have a reckoning with this. Obviously, namely women, but the globe has to have a reckoning with a. If this is the ideal look, if this is what y'all are saying, this is the ideal look of man, tall, chisel chin white dude, then what type of socio-political power are we imbuing this look with? Huh? If this is the ideal on the planet, what are we imbuing this look with? And I would submit to you, we imbue this look with the ability to pull a Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill girlfriend, I can't remember how young she is, early 20s, and he's in his late 30s or something like that. A couple of people have made note of it, but who go say something? Who really go stress it in an interview with him? Exactly. You could pull a Tinder swindler. You could pull this guy right here, right? Danish guy, Danish deception. You could pull that. Huh? If Sam Bankman-Fried could get billions, if Elizabeth Holmes could get billions, what could if he was talented enough, what could the Danish deception guy get? Huh? Oh, okay. Thank you for that. And Chaos says, "Excuse me, Z. Henry Cavill is 42, not in his 30s. I thought Henry Cavill was in his late 30s. My apologies. Thank you for the correction. Right? Yeah. It's a fact that looks affect men too. It's not calling you LGBTQ, but it is saying that a person that we all will say, that's a pretty good looking dude, that has an effect on your trust levels for him also. Maybe not some of us in the chat, but men in general. And overall, airport says, good point, Z. Scam and influence men as well also. So you add the charisma that I'm pretty sure he has. I believe her about his charisma, right? So if he's charismatic and he has the look that we have been told over the centuries, particularly over the past few decades with visual media, that this is the look of man, then you better believe that that has an effect on all of us, particularly, obviously, the women. Even more particularly, women of color, the outgroup women. Huh? It's gonna happen. And overall airport says it's implied power, Z. It's not specifically defined by social engineers. It's not like written in some kind of constitution. It's implied, yes. But what happens when you continue to get bombarded with certain images all through your childhood, your adolescence, and into adulthood? Images of what success looks like, what power looks like, what influence looks like, what prestige looks like, what status looks like, right? When you continue to be hammered with the Dan Blazarians of the world, how does that affect the men and the women, both in the in group and in the out group? Huh? That's a real question. So I get what you're saying about implied. What I'm saying is this is not implied just once or twice. This is implied from the second you come out the womb, right? So by the time you're, and I think the young lady late 20s, early 30s, I think she said something about her 30th birthday that she celebrated. So at this point, she's maybe 31 now, 30, maybe 32, but I don't even think so. 31, 32 maybe, right? So that's decades of whatever her Nigerian household was raising her with. And there might have been some akatas all spread through that. Whatever respectability she was raised with, whatever low-key white worship she was raised with. Huh? And then obviously whatever television shows and movies and all top of Twilight with the glittering ass vampires and True Blood and whatever the hell she was raised with. Justin Bieber and whatnot. Huh? Of course. So and Mr. DJ says the basic fact is that everyone looks at the white man as white man good and honest, and everyone else is bad and not trustworthy. And that has cost people of color the world over everything. Everything. And the fact that women of color, and some men, but women of color in this late date are still going for the Pocahontas. Goddamn, Z. Yeah, it's fascinating. Huh? It's fascinating. Man, I'm just reading through your comments. Reading through you guys' comments. Reading through y'all comments. Yeah, y'all. So I don't want to keep y'all too much longer. I just want to kind of do this a little old school for those of you that are just that are more recent subscribers. Mr. Z used to kind of wing it like this. Not well, I used to have no videos. And had to cover the screen with a shirt and whatever Mr. Z did was not on StreamYards. It was a bunch. We done came a long way, y'all. As crude as this is, shout out to some of my day ones. We done came a long way, y'all. As crude as the production is now. Look, we working with a shoestring and Velcro budget. Yeah, we've come a long way. We've come a long way, right? So I want to come to y'all with this. I guess we'll push the Kyle Kalinske thing later. I have to reply back to what's her name again? Therese, who I mentioned earlier this week. We did a video on her earlier this week. She replied to a bunch of comments. Indigo is one of my day ones. Charles one of my day ones. There's a number of y'all. Vince been here for a while. There's a number of y'all. Saint Cyr been here for a little minute now too. I'm not even mentioning those of y'all that have been riding with me since BGS and Charles days. Um, Louis, Red Pill, Sleeper Cell, and whatnot. Right. Leon's been here for a while too. Right. So we're good. Oh, that's what I was mentioning. What is her name again? I just said it. Therese. So was that the first one? That's the first person that I responded to that mentioned Professor Galloway in that interview that he had with The View. Um, so she replied. She made a video about 45-ish minutes long, responding to a bunch of comments in her comment section, and Mr. Z has another video that we're going to have to do to respond to her again, even though she didn't respond to me because, of course, not. Listening to her, I'll say this, it's going to take a couple minutes. Listening to her now really emphasized to me that these women aren't having real conversations. You can smell the contempt on her, by the way. They're not really having real conversations with women about the end of patriarchy and what that means for women because they don't want women to actually know. That's number one. Number two, they want the coven to come about, but they know if they tell women what's going to happen if we don't incentivize the men a certain way, that the men will no longer do for women, right? So it's about slow walking the women, and I would argue this is why every other day it's some new rage baiting ass video directed towards women, namely obviously black women, because they don't want to overtly tell the women, look, we need you to let the peen go, we need you to let the sausage go, huh? F these men, not literally. So it's about enraging them and then slow walking them into a coven. I am not making it up when I say political lesbianism and political single. This is the goal, huh? Uh, oh, Louis, you found the old streamer of Yvette Carnell and Z, right? Yeah, yeah. So reading through some of you guys' comments. Let me see. Z Obsidian and Keep It 100 has a stream about to come on. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll end out in a minute. I pulled up on an old stream of you and yeah. Right. So I just want to stress that you're gonna see more of these type of stories. Maybe not so egregious. Maybe not with so much money being thrown around. God damn. Look, Mr. Z gonna have to talk to Miss Z. We might have to do a poly relationship. I might have to bring on a Nigerian woman so I could milk her family for everything. But I'm not tall enough and white enough. Oops. I'm not tall enough and white enough to scam them. Damn it, Z. You're not tall enough and white enough. You're not blue-eyed enough. You're not blonde-haired enough. Scam the whole family and the friends out of money. You can't do it, Z. And your real name, Z, look, you don't got no Danish name, Z. They're not going. Huh? So, all right, y'all. On that note, I think we done had our fun, got our 5 chuckles in. Once again, young lady, if you ever come upon this, you're probably not. This was not, honestly, not at your expense. This is a cautionary tale for Black people, including some Black men, right? And this is also to emphasize the just be white. Just be white, right? And, damn, see how many times you gonna say and? To say to Black men, much of Black women's complaint directed towards you has nothing to actually do with what you're not doing. It has to do with you not making them white politically, socially, and not having their beauty validated not by simply Black men, but by everyone. So, young lady, if you ever come upon this, Mr. Z did laugh, but not really at you. It's not about you, honestly. As I said earlier, we could replace you with a number of other Black women, and they would fold too, just like you. Just as easily as you, and their families would fold too, just as easily as your family and your friends did. Huh? Saint Cyr says just be white is law. You hear me? Global law. That's the one international law that everybody holds to. So on that note, truly, y'all, we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. Oh boy. Ladies got people that got $200,000 taken from Buddy Rowe. Well, Buddy Rowe took. Horrible. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Mr. Z out.
You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.